Welcome to the Magic of You on 105.9 Seaside FM.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Magic of You for Tuesday, the 22nd day of March. Gosh, can I believe it's here already? I'm Krista Cook, and I'm here with my wonderful co-host, Holly Poole. Good morning, Holly.
Good morning, everyone.
We're having a great day here. As you know, the 5th annual Friends of Seaside FM pledge line is open. You can give us a call at 469-2096. And by all means, please help Seaside FM. It is definitely listener supported, and they have given us an awesome opportunity in bringing the magic of you. So we would love you to send a little magic back.
Absolutely. With Seaside, of course, they play some fantastic music. Music you can actually have on directly within your office without interfering anything that's going on with the office. So it's a great, great station. But it is publicly funded. So it's important to pledge, and the phone line number, 469-2096.
Now, today's going to be all about you. We're going to have a call-in show. Holly is all set up. She's got the tarot cards. She's got the angel cards. We're ready to answer your questions. So if you'd like to give us a call at 469-6000 in order to speak to Holly. Otherwise, the pledge line number is 469-2096. So give us a call. We'll get you on the line. I'm sure you must have a question.
One of the things I'd like to touch base on first, though, Krista, is we've received a couple of emails from people who've put water in a glass and left it in a window or whatever for the supermoon. And I want everyone to be aware that that water from the supermoon is extremely highly charged. It may not be a great idea just to drink directly from that glass. And what I'm going to suggest, lots of times, for instance, when we make a tincture, we actually take just like an eyedropper and put in just 2 or 3 drops of that particular water. So, keep that water in a place. Maybe you want to keep it in your fridge with a cover over it or something. But I highly recommend that you don't drink out of that glass. It's too highly charged.
You always learn something, don't you, here? Okay, Christine, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you. I understand you have the tarot cards there this morning.
I do, Christine.
Yes, and I would just maybe have a question.
Sure.
I have a plan to maybe take a few courses, and I'm just wondering if that will help me eventually lead to a job.
Well, the great, great, great things that come up. I pulled 3 cards as you were chatting there. The first card is the Queen of Cups, and that automatically tells me that right off the bat, you are automatically full of intuition yourself.
Okay.
You are a lady who has come forward. The Queen of Cups represents sort of the psychic, the astrologer, the person who has their intuition. If you listen to your intuition, the second card comes up, which is like the 9 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups represents something like winning a lottery. That's what that feeling is like. Now, the third card that comes up is actually the 5 of Cups. And the 5 of Cups shows a woman actually looking at cups that are down. There's 2 cups that are laid down in front of her versus 3 cups that are up behind her. So the cards are actually telling us, if you listen to your intuition as to the right ones to actually choose, you are on the right track.
Oh, marvelous.
And one of the things that, right now as I'm talking to you, I can feel huge gut feelings. So your intuition, Christine, comes in through your gut. It does not come through your head. So, are you thinking about 3 separate courses? Because I'm seeing 3 separate sort of pieces in paper in front of me.
Well, there are 2 courses, but they're all related to computer.
Okay. And intuition-wise, when you ask yourself that, does your stomach feel like it fills up, or does your stomach feel like it just deflates? Because if your stomach feels like it deflates, then your answer is no.
Okay.
If your stomach feels like it inflate so it gets bigger, like fills up like a balloon, then you know what? You really should.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye now.
469-6000 if you'd like to call and speak to Holly. She can, the angel cards or tarot cards. In the meantime, how about, I would just like to do one angel card, Holly, just so that we can see what kind of day. And 469-6000 if you'd like to call, and 469-2096 for the pledge line. Oh my gosh, this is like a fabulous card. I have to explain. There's nothing to worry about.
And the angels are with us at all times. And one of the things is I think we try to stress ourselves out with trying to do everything ourselves. And instead, the angel card is telling us, you know, that the thing is there is nothing to worry about. Pass it over. Let them take care of it.
Yay, I will. I definitely will. Good morning, Leslie.
Morning.
How are you?
Great.
That's good. What would you like Holly to use? Which deck of cards?
The tarot.
Okay, and do you have a specific question?
Will I meet a gentleman friend?
Ah, that's a great question.
That is a great question, and I would say it's probably about 90% of the questions that I receive. One of the things that happens to Leslie is, are you aware when we talk about the power of attraction or the law of attraction?
Yes.
That's important to do. One of the things that I usually suggest to my clients, I would like you to sit down. I'm going to pull some cards for you, but I would like you to sit down after this and write out 35 things you are looking for in a person to come into your life. Make that 35 things right down to the point of, you know, even how tall, color of eyes. Now, you're going to say to me, well, what happens if I ask for blue eyes and he comes along and he has brown? That's okay. Then you're going to take that piece of paper and you're going to put it in a desk somewhere. And just as you're putting it into a desk, just out loud out of your mouth, you say, I pass this over to the angels to bring in the most important and perfect person for me. And that's how the law of attraction rolls. Now, one of the things, I've just pulled 3 cards as I've been chatting with you there. The first card says, you must have been in a bit of an emotional relationship beforehand, because this card shows me you still have your foot in the water, which means that you're balancing out your emotions. You're trying to work through them. I'm not 100% convinced that you're convinced you're ready for a relationship just yet. Timing is coming. The second card comes, and the second card shows a perfect relationship coming in. But I do suspect there's still a little bit of work for you, that perhaps you still have an emotional attachment or a connection to somebody else that maybe you haven't worked through just yet. I will tell you that I believe the person who eventually comes into your life will be someone who will have a high sense of energy. They feel very high electric energy for me, and will probably be the person who pushes forward the relationship. So, it's going to be really important for you to be absolutely ready first. Does that make sense to you?
Great. Yes, it does.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. All the best.
Okay. Bye-bye.
469-6000 if you'd like to call in and speak to Holly. I wish I had the ability to read the cards, but I'm afraid not yet. That'll be, next year. We'll start
that's coming along, yes.
Now, one of the things that we've also been receiving is great feedback in terms of the availability of our shows. And I would like to throw out there that I am also uploading the shows to blogtalkradio.com.
As we move forward, I'm sure people would have seen a lot of shifts and changes after we had the last supermoon. And that supermoon, let's make that energy of that supermoon also work for Seaside as they go through their increase of money. Let's raise that vibration. And so to make the pledge line, it's 469 2096. Let's raise that energy. Feel that energy vibration just raising as we make the phone lines ring and allow the magic of you to continue on with Seaside.
Good morning, Carla.
Good morning.
Thank you for calling. What would you like in terms of tarot or angel?
Gosh, I'm not really sure. I'm looking for some, what shall I say, light at the end of the tunnel. It's been a rough new year for us in our family, so I'm just wondering, is there going to be a bright light?
Okay. First of all, can I ask you what your birth date is,
Yes,
Carla?
it's August 22nd.
Okay. First of all, now I understand why I asked you that question.
Okay.
Because in numerology, the numbers 11, 22, and 33, we get 33 a different way, but the numbers 11, 22 are master numbers. And so first and foremost, you are a 22. Okay? And so the big thing that comes along with that is we believe God, the universe, whatever your personal belief system is, never gives us something we can't handle,
Okay.
And so I think a lot of the darker situations perhaps that you went through a little bit earlier also had to do with the fact that you were able to be the one to help carry everyone through with that. And that's important to remember. Mm-hmm. Your question to me was, is there a light coming up at the end of the tunnel? Mm-hmm. I chose 3 tarot cards. I will choose an angel card as well before we leave. But the first card coming up says, you know what? You already are able to see a little bit of that light.
Aha!
Mm-hmm. There's already a little glimmer that's coming through there. It all shows that there's an avenue of money, too. So some of your darker times and stuff, was it around financial?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Well, the Ace of Pentacles is there, which is a newness of money coming forward for you.
Right.
And that's also something that's very, very important to keep your eye on that glimmer of light. Now, one big thing, when we think about life, we always have to go back and we have to question, what was the lesson?
Yes.
What was the lesson to that? And I'm going to suggest that maybe part of the lesson, was, did you perhaps put too much emphasis on money? And so sometimes the universe then will take the money away from us just to realize that there are sometimes a bit more important things than money, right?
Yes.
So we learn a lot of things. It shows that there still is a little bit of hard work coming up, but it's coming with that avenue of new money for you.
Right.
I did pull 2, so is there somebody like within your group that's looking for a new job or something, looking for some way, some avenue of bringing in some money?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
There is the new avenue of money that's opening there for you. The interesting thing is I did pull 2 angel cards, and just like I had talked with Christine a little bit earlier, the law of attraction card came up. And that says, watch your mindset. Watch your fear. Like if you're, what we focus on is what we get more of. Mm-hmm. Which means if you focus on the lack of something, mm-hmm. what are you going to get more of?
Right.
The lack of something.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. Whereas if you focus on the positives, that's what you're going to get more of. Mm-hmm. So what the universe and the cards are saying here is you've already seen a little tiny bit of glimmer of light. Mm-hmm. Focus on that glimmer of light. Don't turn around and look what happened last week or last month or last year or whatever. Right. Focus on that glimmer because it is coming up. And the next angel card that came up says, what do you desire? And if you have a little piece of paper and a pencil there, I'd love for you to write that down.
Okay.
What do you desire? In the long run, what is it that you actually really want?
Okay.
But your question, your original question, is there a glimmer of light coming? You've already got a picture of that.
Absolutely.
All right?
Right on.
Thank you.
That's great. Very encouraging, and thank you so much.
Have a great day, Leslie.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
469-6000 if you'd like to give us a call. We are going to take a short break. You can be assured that Holly will be back with the cards, and just take a moment to give us a call at 469-2096.
This is the magic of you on 105.9 Seaside FM.
Welcome back to the last half of the Magic of You for March 22nd. Master number, Holly. Ooh, what does that mean?
It is a master number. It's a great day for the pledge line.
Excellent. Wayne will be happy about that. So will the rest of us. If you'd like to give us a call, 469-6000, you can ask Holly a question on the angel cards or the tarot cards or both. And we will be also next week. We are having a psychic on the air, aren't we?
We are. Karen DeVouge is on with us next week.
So it'll be another call-in show in which you can ask questions. So that'll be great.
So we have Mary on the line. Good day, Mary.
Good morning to both of you. How are you?
I'm doing great, and we're doing great, I guess. What can we do for you?
Well, my question this morning, I guess I've been wondering, I'd like to know what you see in regards to my health. I've also had a rough start at the beginning of the year, and I thought I'd let you choose whether it would be angel or tarot card.
Well, I've just automatically, I guess, chosen the tarot cards here,
yes.
And it shows. One of the things, being a healthiologist, before people go through any kind of a health issue, I always ask them to look what was going on in their life about 6 or 8 months before that health issue took over.
Right.
A lot of our belief systems is that sometimes some of our health issues start in the emotional aura first,
yes.
And then it becomes a physical problem sometimes.
Okay.
So it does show, and the reason I was going through that whole process is because looking at the cards, it shows you went through quite an emotional upset previous to being sick.
Okay.
And what has happened is it does show you're actually walking away from that emotional aspect. It does feel there may have been some negativity going on around you, whether that was with people or situations or dynamics. But it looks like you've actually made that change. You've kind of walked away a little bit from it. You still struggle with that. The cards show that you struggle with a little bit of the dynamics and perhaps even dealing with some relationships going on around you. There's a part of you that would like to just scream and stamp your foot and be able to say what you want to say. But, it's interesting because society tells us sometimes that if we've had people in our life, we need to keep them. Yep. But you struggle with that.
I do. I do very much so.
Yeah. And that's difficult. It does show that as we come into late summer, I'm starting to see new flowers growing. So it has to be early summer, late spring, early summer. It shows you'll get a handle on that, I think.
Okay.
It shows that what you need to do is really sit down and be true to you.
Right.
And ask what is the best for your own health.
What is the best for me, yeah.
Yeah. That's just so important to do. And that doesn't necessarily mean, kick people out of our life at all. That's not what that's meaning. But dealing with it from a different set of eyes.
Yes.
The card, I just pulled an angel card, and it says it's steady progress.
Excellent.
Okay.
And you have to take care of your own health.
Yep.
Because it really has to deal with you, right?
That's exactly right.
So, did you get the answer you were looking for?
I did.
Excellent.
Thank you, Holly.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, it's so great when people call in, and you can tell that you've really helped them, Holly. It's just wonderful. 469-6000 if you'd like to call and get an angel message or ask a question with the tarot cards. Oh, we are definitely getting another call. I'm just waiting for a name. Good morning, Cheryl.
Good morning.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
What would you like this morning, tarot or angel?
Angel, please.
Excellent.
Good morning, Cheryl.
Good morning.
Do you have a specific question?
Yes, I do. I've been getting this feeling lately every time I go to work. I'm usually alone at night, and I have a feeling like there's something around me all the time. I was wondering if you could see anything like that.
As in like an energy field, you mean?
Yes, an energy or a spirit or something.
Well, interestingly enough, there's a card that has the angel card that's come up. It's talk about play. And I just read the card to you. It says, it's time to set aside work for a while. And so, I think one of your big questions to you is, are you letting yourself play?
Oh, okay.
When I do view energy fields, but I see them as energy orbs, which means that I don't see them as ghosts or somebody you may have known or anything of that nature.
Okay.
But I do see orbs, so I see energy fields. Are there places within your home, for instance, that feels like sometimes when you walk through, there's like a little tiny bit of cold,
Yes.
And I think they're just the energy orbs. Do you find that you're becoming too sort of involved with your work and not allowing yourself to play?
I love my job. It's a fairly new job.
Oh, I'm sure. But what do you do for fun?
At work?
No, in life.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I'm a little slack in that area.
Yeah, and I think that's all those orbs are doing. It's that they're just sort of getting you to, just think about having some fun. Now, as a matter of fact, my particular spirit guide has also suggested the fact of needing to lighten up a bit.
Okay.
And lightening up is just setting out the time for you.
Right.
Setting aside the time for you, Even if you just set aside like a Monday evening or whatever. So I just trying to get more answers here. I just pulled another card, and the card is an angel card. It says, be honest with yourself.
Okay.
Are you one of those people who, and I understand this because I used to be there, that feels if you're not doing something, if you're not working, then it's a little guilty to play, right?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. So the universe is sending you out these orbs of energy, and I'll tell you, you may even, as time goes on, be able to see them. They're colored orbs. I'm seeing a pink, I'm seeing an orange, I'm seeing... an orange comes along with a lot of creativeness,
Okay.
Allowing yourself... Do you like to garden or anything?
Yes, I love gardening.
Yeah. So coming into the summer, coming into the spring.
Okay.
Allow yourself to play.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Excellent. 469-6000 if you'd like to call in before the show is over. Ways to reach us. You can contact Holly and I through themagicofyou.ca. Holly's at themagicofyou.ca or Krista at themagicofyou.ca. You can go to iTunes, Facebook. We are uploading our weekly guest links also on our website. Anything that can help make it easier for you to get to us.
It's always great to connect with our audience. We get lots of emails, people telling us that, the show has touched them in a particular way. And that often helps us to understand what it is that our listeners would like to hear.
Good morning, Donna.
Oh, it's Norma.
Norma, sorry.
How are you today?
I'm just fine. My apologies. Great. Now, Norma, what would you like?
Tara, please.
Alrighty.
Good morning, Norma. How are you?
I'm terrific, thank you.
Excellent. What can we do for you?
What about my family, my children?
We can certainly look into that. Usually, what I do is I'll draw some cards rather than actually sometimes tuning into them.
Okay.
So, your oldest, male or female?
Male.
Male. And what's his birth date?
April 30th.
April 30th, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he's been going through a 1 year since his birthday of last year. So April of last year, he's entered a 1 year. And that is usually about new starts, new beginnings, new doors, new situations. He may have felt a little tiny bit lost, But, that all turns around for him. That comes into a play for him. The interesting thing with the April 30th is that being grounded is so important for him. Allowing himself to feel that sense of being grounded.
Right.
And, it took him off track a little tiny bit over the last year. The interesting thing that comes in there, I have an angel card that comes up that says it's perfect timing. He's coming into some perfect timing.
Oh, terrific.
And so, last year might have been the newness for him, so it sent him on a little bit of a roller coaster ride, but he'll get his feet under him coming into this year, actually.
And my daughter, she's May 14th.
May 14th. So that's she's an interesting lady because she's automatically herself is a 1, which there's a lot of independence to her. She's just found a new avenue for her. The new sense of emotions. We've got an Ace of Cups. Aces always represents newness of emotions, but she doesn't know what to do with it. She feels like she's all tied up with the information, and she just really doesn't know how to roll it out and how to deal with it. When we come into late summer, I think you're talking maybe later July, August area, she'll be able to find a way to balance out these emotions. But for right now, she's just trying to figure things out in her head.
Okay. And a quick one, May the 8th.
May 8th. And who's May 8th?
My youngest son.
Oh, your youngest, okay. Let's just pull some cards here. He's an interesting guy. He's certainly the most intuitive out of all 3. Never underestimate his ability to be intuitive. Does he work with it at all?
Pardon me?
Does he work with his intuition at all?
Mostly, yes.
Yeah. The Queen of Cups came up there, which came up earlier in a reading, and that is like the psychic and the astrologer and the person who just kind of knows things. He's extremely sensitive. Yes. He has a huge sensitive side to him. So he feels everything that's going on around him. But he's looking to travel away from things that he had known previously. There's a part to him that really wants to make a move in life. Now, he's one of those people, though, that he will actually take a lot of it into account. He'll take the energy fields into account, and then I think you'll see him make a move.
Oh, terrific. Have you got time for July the 29th?
July 29th.
That's me.
Is it? Yeah, just got 2 seconds.
Okay.
Because we're at the end of the show. The 29 adds to 11, so that's big shifts for you.
Oh.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Another quick show. Remember, next week we'll have a psychic in, Karen DeVouge. She will answer questions. So again, think ahead, call, and you'll get in the queue. That's it this week. Any last words, Holly?
One last word. Let's pledge our time, our money, our love, our situation for Seaside FM at 469-2096.
All right, going out, this week's quote. As you grow older, you'll find the only things you regret are the things you didn't do. That quote is by Zachary Scott. Remember, until next week, we all have the magic within us to create the reality we desire. Take care.
The Magic of You is a production of Voice Waves Atlantic.
Oprah really likes it. President Obama does too. Developed by Dr. John Valentine, the Body Talk system is a revolutionary form of alternative health care. An astonishingly simple and effective form of priority-based health care, where your body and mind is always in charge. Body Talk stimulates the body's innate ability to balance and heal itself so it can operate as nature intended. For more information, visit btns.ca or call 902-680-8640. Body Talk Nova Scotia. Have a session. Take a course. Change your life.